Well, a new report is raising red flags about the U.S. military as tensions rise in Russia, China, North Korea, and Iran. A new Heritage Foundation report rates the weakness level of each military branch, calling the Army marginal, the Navy weak, Air Force very weak, the Marine Corps strong, the Space Force weak, and our nuclear capability strong. Iraq War veteran Allison Jaslow is joining us live this morning from North Carolina. Good morning, Allison. We're happy to have you. We'll dive right into this report. It's focusing heavily on capacity, capability, readiness. Do you agree with the assessment from the Heritage Foundation?
Well, I think it's worth noting that it is a report that was released by a think tank that has an ideological agenda. So bear that in mind. What I will say is that we have some serious readiness concerns with the United States military right now, not really detailed in that report, but I know something that you all have covered before is the recruitment crisis that we have right now. So the Heritage Foundation is advocating for a larger military, but we're having a problem filling the ranks of the military that we currently have. The other thing that I would note is both Democrats and Republicans have been advocating for a larger Navy, which I know is one of the top line findings in this report for some time. And so I think if we need to really focus in on somewhere, it's like how do we listen to those voices and see what kind of capacity we can build, especially with our Navy, because the Navy, mind you, supports the Marines, which is the strongest fighting force detailed in that report. So how can we make sure that the Marines have the partners in the warfight that they need?
Certainly, and there's so much competition now. The United Kingdom says China's offering former British pilots money to train its military. Do you believe the U.S. is losing ground to China?
I think one of the biggest challenges that we face right now is, many of us were raising alarm bells during the so-called forever wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. In part, not because there wasn't a good terror fight to be fought there, but the longer we stayed mired in those wars, the more we degraded our effectiveness and our ability to fight in both China and Russia. And so I think the thing that we're confronting right now is trying to figure out how we can effectively pivot and make sure that we are strong enough so ultimately, we don't want to actually have to fight those wars. We want to be so big and so intimidating, which I do think is outlined in the report, that we don't actually have to get into conflict with China and Russia. And so, it really is on our leaders to make sure that we are not only just making sure the military is strong, but also innovating, because the new wars are not like the old wars, right? We have to have an effective cybersecurity command. We have to make sure that we are protecting ourselves against cyber threats, in addition to being able to also fight in drones. And there's a lot of things that we just have to think through to make sure that we are on firm footing as these other threats loom. And these bad actors don't look like they're going to be, they're not going to shrink in the face of us, right? So we need to make sure that we're as strong as possible.
So what are your biggest concerns, Allison, at this hour for U.S. capacity in general?
I believe recruitment is the biggest issue we're facing. The military is saying right now that we're going to be facing a recruiting crisis next year as well. And listen, the military is like no other organization. Like, it all comes down to talent. And if we can't figure out a way to make, especially an all-volunteer military, an attractive profession for some of the brightest minds in the country to want to go serve their country, I think that our force will have a hard time being what it needs to be. And so the more that we can make it appealing, that we can culturally promote and encourage people to join the military, I think the better off we're going to be. And that's, to me, the biggest thing that we're going to face sort of in the near term.
Allison Jaslow, thank you so much for your insight, for your service, and for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we have breaking news.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.